Okay, I am here live warning the 2023 market crash, okay? It's coming, and in this video, I want to teach you what to do before 2023 happens. I'm here at my office, kind of working. It's sunny and nice. It's Florida. We had like this really cold spell, like right before Christmas. I know you are aware of that. Hey, I see people joining in. Hey, hi. And so I am here at my office, kind of working by myself. And I was like, all right, I'm going live again. I got to teach these people because there's so much that you can do now. We got some new stats and just things that are happening. And just like thinking, okay, if you're an business, it really is, and get off of the track where you're worried about your paycheck, you're worried about are there going to be layoffs, you're worried about how am I going to get money. Like let's talk for a second. Let me go live. Let me teach you what you really should be doing. Okay, let me I got this here and I'm going to teach you, and I have this board, and it's not going to be long because I may even have to go live 2 or 3 times this week because I was like, I am dedicated to you. I really wanted to make sure that we all know that we can be wealthy. We can use market crashes and recessions and bad things happening to make a lot of money. That's really something that's really something that's important to me. Like you guys know, I was in my parents' basement. I was bankrupt. I lost so much money in 2008, 2009 when the crash happened, but I've turned myself around, have businesses, make all this money, and I just want to make sure I'm pouring back and showing you guys that you can do the exact same thing too, giving you details on how to do it and showing you like there's a real good opportunity coming for 2023. 2023 should be the year that you start a business and that you get some real estate, you get business funding, business credit, and you do not worry about a job. Even if you keep your job, you don't need your job, okay? Now I'm encouraging you to quit because really and truly this is about time freedom. You should own your time. You should be free. You should have money. You should be doing whatever you want to do with your time in your life and have lots of money. And so in that, I'm having actually a challenge. I'll say that right now. If you want to see me live, and actually if you ever thought to yourself, I want to talk to Noelle on Zoom, you literally can upgrade to VIP, and we have a Zoom call and you can ask me questions. It's a Q&A with questions. Just go to noelleschallenge.com. All right, now let me get into this. So like I said, if you want me to teach you for 2 full days for a weekend, you can go to noelleschallenge.com. I'm just going to write that down, and I'm going to leave that here, noelleschallenge.com. If you want to do a Q&A with me, a Zoom call Q&A, just upgrade, all right? And you can do a Q&A with me, and we can talk, and again, make 2023 the year that you change your situation, that you change your financial stability, you start building generational wealth, you get some real estate, or you get some business going, like you really take yourself and your business to the next level. 2023 is going to offer you the best opportunity because like I said, there is a market crash, okay? We do know that this is coming, and the market crash of 2023 is happening because of housing, okay? There are some things that happened in 2021 that are starting to catch up with 2023, okay? So you guys know in 2021, actually, let's go back. 2020, we had the pandemic, right? We were all trapped in the house, everything shut down. It was an absolute mess, right? We're like, what's gonna happen? But then in 2021, when they started opening up the country, people started wanting houses. People had money, they were able to save money. It was almost this reverse thing where people thought they wouldn't have any money. People actually were able to save a lot of money during the pandemic. They weren't going anywhere. They weren't using their car. They weren't going out and partying. They weren't buying gifts because they go into weddings and birthday parties and all this stuff. So it was almost like people were able to save money and was like, man, I should buy a house, which is a smart thing. You definitely should have real estate. You should buy a house, a townhouse, a condo, something to build your wealth. But in 2021, with all of the demand, all of the people wanting and competing for those houses, people were outbidding each other, auction, like, oh, you want $200,000 for the house? I'll give you 225. I'll give you 250,000. Crazy stuff like that, right? So now we're in 2022. So in 2021, people are overpaying for houses, okay? So here's kind of what we got. We got people competing. We have the supply is too low to keep up with the demand. Supply is low, demand is high, okay? So these are easy economics. And again, this is not an economics lesson, and I'm not gonna bore you guys, but you guys know when supply is low and demand is high, price is high. So people are paying all of this money for properties. Ugh. So now in 2022, we start to see some of these people, now we're here, they are starting to default on those mortgages. Many of the people that bought in the first 9 months of 2021 statistics are showing we have over 270,000 people that are upside down in their mortgage. Okay, so what does that mean? That means they owe more on the property than it is worth. That's the first thing that we have coming in 2023. People are going to start defaulting because they can't pay for those mortgages. We have higher interest rates. We guys know that everything, inflation is bringing everything up. So we have all of these higher interest rates. So back before the crash, we were getting mortgages at 2, 3, 4%. You know, that was like the normal interest rate that you pay for a mortgage prior to the pandemic. Then after they started doing this quantitative easing where the Federal Reserve, you know, raises the rates that they charge the banks, which in turn means they raise the rates on what they charge people, consumers. So now interest rates, this is crazy, now interest rates on mortgages are like 7%, okay? And then here's a crazy fact. 99% of the mortgages in the United States right now, 99% of the people that got a mortgage prior to the pandemic, they have an interest rate below 6%. Okay, 99% is unprecedented, it's unheard of. So that's why I'm telling you about this market crash. So let me skip ahead because the fun part is people are now getting mortgages at this interest rate. But what I told you is prior to that, people were have most of their interest rates are less than 6. People have interest rates at 3% and 4%. So it's a really low interest rate, and so you can get more house. So now people can't really buy houses the way they wanted to. But here's what we do in an easy way that you're going to use this market crash to get rich. Let me explain to you. Okay, so you're going to get a house. I know people are like, wait a minute, you just said that it's difficult. Yeah, you're going to get properties, and I'm going to show you exactly what you do, and I'm going to show you also what I did. Okay, I'm going to show you what I do today and how I get wealthy with real estate and how you can do this just starting with your first property. Okay, just getting like one townhouse, one condo, one house, one piece of property. Okay, so you get your first house, and let's just say you get a house that's just $200,000. Okay, you get a house that's just $200,000. That's the purchase price. Well, your down payment, your closing costs, if you if this is a primary residence, you buy it as a primary residence, and I'll teach you how you actually do that legally, ethically, move into the property, etc., etc. Okay, you buy the house for $200,000. You're probably going to need like $10,000 between the down payment, okay, the 3% down payment, and some closing costs. And again, you get the seller to pay some of your closing costs. I can help you with all of that. This is easy, super easy. No issues there. All right, you keep the property because I have properties just like this. I have a property that I got in 2019, and this was the exact story. And so then I sell the property because now it's gone up in value. So now the house is worth, this house that I got in 2019 is now worth $335,000, okay? So this house is worth $335,000. That's $135,000 worth of equity. All right, and again, just using round numbers. So I have a house that I paid $200,000 for. I keep it just a couple of years. I can now sell it for $300,000, $335,000, like I said in this case, because this is an actual property that I have. And now I have $135,000. And what I do is, we do 1031 exchanges, okay? And I'll explain 1031 exchanges to you in a little bit. It's just so you don't have to pay so much capital gains taxes. This is why real estate is so awesome and why you can make so much money. Is you can do a 1031 exchange where you don't have to pay any taxes on this money right here. And then what you would do is this 1031 exchange company is actually a qualified intermediary. There's just a third party, a third uninterested party that holds your proceeds, okay? Third uninterested party holding your proceeds. They now can distribute this money to the other rental properties that you buy. Because like I just told you, I got this first property and I only needed $10,000. So now that you give me, I sell it and I made $135,000, how many more properties can I get? You could get, what? At that case, 13 and a half. You get what I'm saying? You could get 13.5 properties based on the way that you did it the first time. But even let's just say it costs more than that. Let's just say you have 135. In each of these, you had to put $20,000 down because now you want to put $20,000 down. You may only get 4 properties. All right? That's $80,000 that you spent. Okay? And then you just keep the other, $55,000? And then you still now have 4 rental properties instead of 1. So this one rental property that was cash flowing, you were getting cash flow. Remember, this is a rental property. So every single month you were getting, even just as a vacant, unfurnished rental property. And again, we do Airbnb. So I would teach you how to be making off this one property, how you can make $3,000 per month. Even let's just say super low. Just say you made $1,000 per month off of this property doing Airbnb. I'm going to take, let's go even lower. Let's say you don't do Airbnb, you don't do short-term rentals, you don't want to be bothered. You just want to do rentals. You're just going to rent it out vacant, unfurnished, and you're going to make $300 a month. Okay? So you are making $300 per month profit on that property. Okay, that's super low. Again, I'm trying to give you the most conservative way to show you how you get wealthy. So now you have 4 properties just from this one property. And that's why I said you own house hacking. Exactly. Paul is killing it. Paul in the chat is saying house hacking. Right. And this is just real estate investing. It's called all different types of things because you can do this and I'm going to teach you at the next level because I take house hacking to the next level. And I'm going to teach y'all that how to even, once we add in business credit and business funding, you don't even need to come up with this money, the down payment. Okay, you get a business going, and in 3 months, I have people get $20,000 for their business. Like, that is easy. That is not even anything difficult. That is not having stellar credit. That is not being in business for months and months. Like, literally, you can set up your business, you get the EIN, the website, and a few things, and you get a business checking account, okay? And in 3 months, Stripe, PayPal, QuickBooks, I have all of these different lenders with 3 months worth of bank statements that'll lend you a small amount for your business. And a small amount is $10,000, $20,000, $50,000. That's not a lot. Okay. Like for my business now, I've been in this since 2014. I get all the loans I get are at least 100,000, credit cards. I have credit cards that have no limit on it, just my business credit cards. So when you build business and business credit and you combine it, this is a way to always be rich. This is a way where you're always wealthy. Like one of the reasons why I said, yes, thoughts on subject 2. So Robin is asking about subject 2. Yes, this is what you would do that. Like I said, you would get these properties. Why you don't even need $20,000 down payment is because of what I was explaining when I started the video. And for some of you, I got like hundreds of people up here. Some of you are going to have to watch the beginning where I explained that the market crash. So those are the opportunities on how we get these properties without even 10,000, without even 20,000, because usually we get the property for the past due amount on the mortgage. So if someone is 3 months behind on their mortgage, I negotiate with them to say, okay, I'm buying your house. You're going to put the deed in my name. I'm going to take over the mortgage payments, right? You get that? And then the money that's for the down payment, that is the past due mortgage amount. So that's all I'm going to give you because I need to catch the mortgage up so the house doesn't go into foreclosure. It's really just that simple. But more importantly is you got to understand this part, like how you take one property and in 6 months, a year, how you easily get all of these properties without even paying. And again, I'm not going to get into 1031 exchanges. Maybe I'll go live tomorrow and explain 1031 exchanges so that I don't have to pay capital gains taxes. Okay, some of you guys are aware of capital gain taxes. So let me explain that really quickly. If you sell one of your investment properties or if you sell something that is an investment, you have to pay capital gains taxes, okay? And they are actually a little bit high. So it may be like 25% tax rate. It may be like a 25% tax rate that you would have had to pay on the proceeds when you sell one of your rental properties if you do it the regular way. But if you do a 1031 exchange, we have these people just distribute the money and we just buy more and more rental properties and we don't even pay taxes, okay? Then, or you only pay taxes on the part that you keep. So in the example that I gave here, I said, you took one house, all right? I'm going to go back to this again because new people join. You take one house. I only put down $10,000 to get this house with all the closing costs, approximately. I keep it for a year or two. It's now worth $335,000, okay? This is a real townhouse that I have and really what I've done and continue to do and my students do. I do a 1031 exchange. And again, you don't have to do the 1031 exchange. I'll explain that part. That is to say, so I don't have to pay taxes on this money and I can reinvest the entire money and get more rental properties that make me more money. Or you could pay taxes on it and then you would only have, say you just have 100,000. Okay, now you have $100,000 and again, that's profits and it only costs you $10,000, $15,000 to get a property. This is a traditional way. I'm not even talking about subject to and lease purchases and the other stuff where I'm telling you, I get properties for $800, $1,500, $4,000, $5,000, whatever the past due mortgage payments are or whatever. And sometimes they're not past due at all. Let me be really, really clear with y'all. When people are losing their homes, they may have just lost their job, okay? And they know how much money they have in savings and they're like, I need to sell this house. So this is with those situations where oftentimes I don't even necessarily have to give them any money. I just take over their mortgage payments. But what worries you, I know you're watching this, what might worry you is, okay, well then where would I get the money? Where would I get the money to pay for the mortgages? And that's where I said we do business credit, and I teach you how to set up a business and without using your social security number. And this is where you always have funding for your business, because in the United States, they lend to businesses really easily, much more easier than they lend to individual people, and at a higher level. This is how you can get millions of dollars using business credit. But this is what you should be doing with the money, okay? All right, so who's joined? So if people just joined. Now again, right, VA loans, exactly, Paul. So if you're a veteran, for example, you can get a 0% down loan. Now, my nephew has done this. He was, one of my nephews, he's in the military, and he's like 20 something years old. And he already has properties. Okay. I'm trying to get my other nephew to do it, because it is really easy, especially with a VA loan, because you didn't even have to put any money down. You live in it, and then you go to that situation. So super easy. So again, if you wanted me to teach you guys, again, in detail, where we get to talk, because I see some people are typing questions, so many questions coming in, go to noelleschallenge.com, okay? It's super cheap. You see that, like it's less than $50, and I'm gonna be in the teaching for 2 full days, and it'll be more interactive, not like how we are here on YouTube. And if you wanna talk to me, you wanna do a Zoom Q&A, just upgrade to VIP, and that is an amazing time where I'm able to answer people's questions. Yes, it's really me. Yes, it's really live. And so it just works out. It's awesome. So let me tell you another thing that I need you to realize, because I'm gonna walk you through my office real quick. So I'm picking up the camera, and I'm just kind of walking through this office, because I've shared with you guys before that this isn't just for homes and houses. You can do this type of stuff with with commercial real estate. Like I'm in my office here. We own this. All right. This is a commercial condo. So let me go back outside so you guys can see it, because I know so many people ask me like, Noelle, where's your business? I'm in my Orlando office. So this is like the Orlando office. And as you can see, like it's a strip mall kind. It's not like a strip mall, but it is a condominium. There's lots of condos over there, and then there's like businesses here. Okay? Can you guys see that? And then even for our business, super easy. Again, use business credit and business funding to get this office. It's commercial real estate. And then we have the 2 parking spaces that we have. And then one of the things that I do is people need virtual office space. So in order to get really good amounts of business credit, okay, you need a physical address for your office. So one of the things that we offer at our office is you can use this as your virtual office space. Just go to newoffices.com, okay? And if you need the physical address, because you don't want to use your home address for your business address. You just want a business address though, so you can get those American Expresses, you can get, those bigger lines of credit. So that's one of the things that we do. And so I'm just walking through, showing you guys. So people will come here, like I said, I'm a real estate broker. So real estate agents come in here and work, mortgage people, just entrepreneurs that need to meet their clients, okay? They sign up and they can meet clients here, or they can just have their mail delivered here, and we take that for them. We give them the mail, and then we ship it to them, So people come in, their mail, say you live in Arizona, we still can collect your mail for you, and then we can ship it to you, or you discard it if you don't need it, but you can use this address as your business address and get lots of business funding. So it is an amazing thing that all of us should be doing. I'm going to come back here probably live again tomorrow and teach you guys about the 1031 exchanges that I was saying. But in this office, there's a break room right there. Then it's even an office, okay? So then if people want to rent just a regular office, they can do that, okay? And they pay extra for the offices, or they can meet in the common space, and there's another office in here. And then what we did, what I love, is like there's 2 desks in here. So like 2 or 3 people can work in here, and making it efficient for people. But again, more importantly, newoffices.com is if you need a virtual address for your business, okay? Because you want to have a physical address for your business, and you don't want to spend a lot. And I think right now we even have a special where you get the first month free, okay? So you can go there. So let's talk about it. I absolutely love it. Like somebody said, yes, anybody in Florida. So if you're not in Florida and you don't want a Florida address, it's probably not going to work for you. But some people actually are other states. Like when I was in Virginia, I did have Florida businesses, because Florida doesn't have any taxes, they have really low taxes, corporate taxes, things like that. So it's not as good as Delaware, but it is very good. Nevada, Florida, really good to have a business and to set up as your business office. So if you want to do that, that's something you should do, because that is an easy way like I said, to get business funding. And that's really, really where you want to be. And when you can combine business funding and real estate together, it's really easy to become a millionaire, okay? When you are combining, and that, like I just told you, how I took $10,000 and I turned it into hundreds of thousands of dollars. How I took one house, let it grow in value, rented it out, and was making money the entire time. Because remember, whether you rent it out on, to long-term tenants, or if you rent it out doing Airbnb, you're going to cash flow the property. So you're making profits on the property each month. You're covering the mortgage, you're covering the utility bills, all of the bills are covered, but then it's like, okay, now I need some cash flow. And like I said, Airbnb the property does take a little bit more work. Obviously, I have a whole playlist teaching you on, you have to put the whole property together. You got to have somebody to clean it versus if you just rent your properties out vacant and unfurnished. That obviously is easier for you, but you're not going to make as much money. So we always teach you to combine like the highest profitable things together. So that's one of the reasons why we combine not just real estate, but we combine Airbnb to this. Okay. And again, somebody asked me this, noelleschallenge.com. Okay. So if you want me to teach you, because we're having a challenge, and during our challenge, why I'm saying it's a challenge and people love it, we do prizes, we do giveaways, scholarships, like the whole nine, okay? So combining, though, more than anything, combining not just Airbnb, because again, you don't have to do Airbnb, but what you do have to do is the business, okay? You do have to create a business entity. So when I say, somebody asked about the EIN, how do you get an EIN? Getting an EIN is absolutely free. Go to irs.gov. That's your answer. Go to irs.gov. You never pay anyone to get you an EIN. You went away. Why I always have money and why my businesses are always kind of thriving is because I set up business credit and business funding. So whether the business makes $1,000 this month, or maybe it makes $10,000 the next month, and then it goes back to $5,000, again, just using examples, your business funding is your capital for your business. It is why you're not going to go out of business, because you have funds and reserves and they're not in your own personal name. Additionally, if you give me a whole weekend to teach you about business credit, I can teach you some savvy ways where you 3x what they give you after 3 months. Like I said, you can build business credit way faster than you can your own personal credit. Because you are a business and a business entity, they want to lend to you. And it goes even better when you do what I tell you and you combine these things with even just one piece of real estate. Like it almost triples what you're able to get if you have one piece of real estate. You get what I'm saying? So y'all get this. All right, so we've been up here so long, got so many comments coming in. I'm probably, again, going to go live again tomorrow, and I'll explain the 1031 exchange, and I'll explain, though, why you don't want to pay any taxes. Because I said one of the reasons why I teach you these things with business credit and real estate is because you shouldn't have to be paying any taxes, okay? You should not. I had one big tax bill, and I made probably like $5 million, and I had to pay like $200,000 in taxes or something crazy. And again, I have really great accountants that really write things off, and that was still too much. Okay, that was still too much. Even paying $200,000 in taxes was still too much. You don't even need to do that. And they've actually fixed it where I'm able to pay myself through an S Corp and all of these different things. And then I just pay my own personal taxes that way. And my business doesn't have to pay any taxes. And whether it's an S Corp or an LLC, you really can set this up where you don't have any tax liabilities. And it's just what rich people do. And again, I did not know this when I was living in my parents' basement. I was broke and poor. And now that I have all these millionaire friends and these athletes and agents, not even just necessarily the athletes that are my clients, but talking to some of their wealthy agents, they know a lot about money and they know a lot about how not to pay taxes. And I've learned so much from them, and I'm just teaching it directly to you. You combine these 3 things together: business credit, real estate, and business funding, like getting business funding, and you really don't have any other issues. It is so amazing. Okay, so let me take a couple of questions before I get off of here, because I got to do something else right quick. Somebody said, is it worth it to pay $8K for my business in Delaware? Absolutely not. No, I can just answer that right quick. And actually, and I'll be honest. So let me be really honest. You guys see, I'm in my office. I'm in the New Res office, NUUREZ. And this is the business that does the short-term rentals and property management. And we actually incorporated the business in Florida, and then we moved it to Delaware because, because of the no corporate taxes. But then I still have to file in Florida as a foreign entity. Okay, so it does help me with corporate taxes, but at the same time, I did not even pay $8,000 to move my business from Florida to Delaware. So I'm telling you this unequivocally. No, you do not have to do that. No, you don't have to pay a lot of money to have your business. And in fact, Florida is a great place to incorporate your business. Okay, and I've lived in Texas and Virginia, Connecticut, California. Like I do real estate. So I've moved a lot of places in the country. I know this, and Florida is really good. It really is. I'm like I said, Delaware is probably the best. But then Florida, Nevada, Wyoming are like right there as the second best choices. So don't worry about that. And again, I was just giving you an option. If you wanted a virtual office in Florida, we have one. It's called newoffices.com. But again, there's other companies that do that. I don't want you to make you seem like I'm coming on YouTube like, oh, you gotta, if you need a virtual office, I'm the only person that offers it. No. Before I offered it, I had my virtual offices with a company called Opus, OPUS. And what I did when I had this office and we had the extra space for the real estate agents, I just decided to do the same thing that they were doing and just charge less. So it's the same thing, okay? Same thing. So if you need a virtual office because you do, in order to get what I'm talking about, like hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions of dollars, you need to move your business to have a physical address, okay? And it doesn't have to be an address. You don't have to lease anywhere. You don't have to, you don't have to buy an office. You just need an address that's not your home. Okay, that is the main thing. So a virtual office, you can go to newoffices.com. That's new, like NUU. That's how we do it. Newoffices.com. If you want a virtual office, and right now we have a special, you get the first month free. If you want to learn more about this, as I've already been up here nearly 30 minutes, I'm teaching for 2 full days. It's super cheap. And like super cheap. Like get your tickets because they're actually probably about to be sold out. We already had sold. We were almost at capacity, so they're probably almost sold out. Go to noelleschallenge.com and get your ticket. Like I said, I'm actually gonna be moving on. I got big things coming. But I just want to make sure I'm giving back, especially for 2023. With this market crash that we're about to experience, this is an amazing opportunity for you. Noelleschallenge.com. Let me teach you for 2 days how to set your business up properly. If you want to do a Q&A, upgrade, because I'm not going to be able to do this. I want to make sure if you have questions and you really want to talk to me directly, let's do it. All right. This is Noelle. I just want to make sure you have all of the resources, all of the tools, and all of the knowledge that you need to be successful. This is Noelle. To your success.